Welcome back to our podcast.
We're back at the podcast.
It's been a while. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's been 3 weeks or longer since we did the podcast.
It's been about 16 weeks and 45 days in 3 hours. Exactly, probably.
3 hours.
Too long.
3 hours. They're saying the last one we did was at 8 a.m.
Yeah, that was the last one we did.
Yeah?
Yeah,
The live one?
that was at 8 a.m. Yeah.
That was at 8 a.m.
Did we finish or start that time?
We started at 8 a.m.
At 8 a.m.,
8 a.m.
that's when we started.
8 a.m.
God, this guy doesn't even remember. It's terrible memory, this guy.
This guy? Worst.
I hate you guys.
All right. That was loud.
On to business.
On to business.
It's pronounced business, but
Business.
I got you guys.
It has been rainy weather, so I guess we could talk about what it's like to be a detailer during rainy weather.
Rainy weather. Hit him
Um,
with it, dude. Give him all the details.
all the details. You guys want the secrets to working rainy weather? It just-
Please.
most of the
give me
time
all
you
the
don't.
secrets.
most of the time you just don't work.
That was pretty linear, and it was very accurate. I liked that one.
But yeah, I've never had an issue when it rained. Even when you started with me, it was so much fun. We're like, yes, it rained. We canceled all our appointments, and we message our customers. We're like, hey, it's gonna rain. Want to reschedule? It's always an ask. It's not like,
Because if they want us to come out, I'm going out.
yeah, you wouldn't believe how many cars we washed in the rain.
Yeah. Yesterday
gonna
was actually raining,
It was pouring raining.
pouring raining, and it
And
was
one of
the
our cus-
busiest day, and the shop has had
in like a
for,
month.
Like a month. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
weird.
It was so weird. And
How?
it was just people were coming in. So Mike, the one with the giant black truck, literally, I had left my house and I text and drive all the time. It's my office time. So I'm on my phone looking at the calendar. I'll drive and I look at my calendar. What's going on? I see Mike on there. Oh, I'm gonna delete it. I get to the shop and he's here, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like, God damn it! I have to put him back in the calendar. Like, what are the odds? So, put him back in the calendar. I was like, what's going on? What are you doing here? He goes, oh man, I gotta get the shit clean. It was pouring rain.
Yeah, pouring.
He goes, I gotta get it clean. I know, because we polished it. He goes, I don't want it to fuck up the polish or whatever it is. And there's mud on there. I was like, oh, okay, I guess we ran it. Luckily, we have our cover. But yeah, he's wanting to rain. And I actually love washing cars in the rain.
Because when it leaves, you don't really have to dry it fully. It's
I
kind of
don't
just,
have to wipe it down as much. I just thought like, all right, I'm gonna dry it, and you make it look like you're drying it. But then
Can you
it's
do
like,
that one more time to the camera? I'm gonna.
if you don't dry it, we're just gonna wipe it down and then pull it out in the rain. Like, you're good. It's clean, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike's a cool guy. He's actually got a big old giant lifted Dodge 2500, and he does like construction work. So yesterday he was saying that he went at like 12 in the morning to the site, hit up like the little sup pumps so the where they're working doesn't get all flooded. He's like, I just did that this morning. It took me 2 hours, and then it's just a giant open dirt field. So I just ripped my truck around for like 20 minutes. He was like, the whole way here, I was just hitting every puddle I could just to kind of get as much of the dirt that I had on it off.
Splashing it up.
I was like, dang, dude, you make me want to go rip my
Yeah.
4Runner.
Mike's a cool dude. Yeah, I love customers like that. And we had a silver package, polish. We knocked that out in 3 hours.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. The headlights, and then the quick interior, and then we had 2 interior details.
Yeah, I was ripping through that passenger side.
Yeah.
I started weirdly. I started on the back passenger door, driver door, fender, and then went back to the back bumper.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. I really wanted to skip that gas cap because I hate polishing over because
Yeah, it's weird. I always get nervous too. Like, I don't know, it's just like a little piece of plastic. It's
It's
just
easy to burn.
break.
I've burnt a couple of them, so
Yeah.
yeah. But other than that, yeah, I was busy with 2 interior details. I think like 3 washes. And it was raining the entire time we were in shop. It was
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, it was a cool day though.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Those are the best days, honestly.
Today's not too bad. We have an interior detail. We have a wash right now. And I have another wash coming around like 12:31.
Here's my question when it comes to washing cars on a rainy day. Is it good for the car? Like, is it kind of smart to
So
do that.
here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand.
I don't understand.
Okay, so when it comes to your car,
Idiot.
when it rains, rain doesn't make your car dirty. That's a misconception.
Uh-huh.
Rain is just water,
Mhm.
right? There's no dirt or mud falling from the sky.
Yeah, I always got confused how like it would rain and then the next day my car would be covered in like mud.
Because your car's already dirty.
Your car's already dirty, so it's just
So there's
puddling up
a
the-
like light dust over everybody's car, and especially if you don't have it waxed. It's already like it has heavy dirt on it. So when it rains, it just pulls that dirt into sections and makes it so you can start seeing the pattern of the mud or the
Yeah.
dirt. So that's what makes it look dirty, when in reality it's already dirty.
Yeah.
You
Your
know.
car's just dirty.
So when it rains, when you're driving around, obviously you're splashing more dirt in your car. But when it rains, all that dirt is just creating this pattern. So a lot of people like to, and those who do understand, they wash their car, so the rain doesn't make it dirty, in a sense.
Yeah.
They're washing off the dirt before the rain hits it.
Yeah.
It's actually better that way, because it's just like, let's say your car is already clean, and you just spray it with water.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't do anything. And then rain doesn't water spot because there's not really like minerals in it. It's not hard water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is nice.
That makes sense. I was always curious about that because, like, I remember I was even in a class once and a teacher was talking about how, like, oh, you know, something, she just mentioned some shit about the rain. And then somebody's like, yeah, we're all going to, you know, go out in the parking lot and our cars are going to be dirty after this. I'm like, yeah, why the fuck is that? Because, like, you would think that water would, like, wash it off, but it's not really washing it. It's just, like you said,
It's puddling it.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's puddling on the surface and just making it look yucky.
Yeah.
So all the customers who came in yesterday, I would imagine that since they just got it washed and it rained like overnight,
It won't be dirty.
it won't be dirty this morning.
No, just like the side skirts and things like that from driving, from the
Mhm.
off tires.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, we've seen it so many times. Like, we washed our cars, and then it rained the next day, and it still looked clean.
Yeah, because some days those are the only times we get to wash our cars is when it's raining. We're like, oh, it's slow. Let me wash
Yeah.
my car real quick.
And it'll
And
stay
then
clean.
The next day you're like,
And it'll
cool.
look good.
Yeah.
But
That
that's the
makes
thing
sense.
is a lot of people, they want to stay on schedule. Is because
Yeah.
they understand, like, if dirt stays in your car too long, it starts embedding itself into there. And this is where contamination comes in. Contamination is just, like, heavy sediments and dirt bonding into the clear coat. And that's why the clay bar decontaminate it with, like, you know, iron remover or something like that.
Does that fuck up like the way your car drives ever to any degree?
I mean, it creates more efficiency. There's no friction, or less friction if you wash it regularly, because there's like divots of like dirt microscopically.
But it's
But
like
even then, like,
very minimal. I would assume.
yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. MythBusters prove that it is more fuel efficient.
Oh, MythBusters,
Yes,
The
because
TV
they're legit
To have it-
scientists.
the TV show.
Yeah,
I
they're
got you.
legit. Oh,
No,
you,
no,
you don't watch TV?
no. I just
Oh, so cooking channels, they don't really cook.
Bill Nye the Science Guy type stuff.
I mean, he is the science guy.
He doesn't have a degree though, or something. I don't
No, he has an
remember.
engineering degree.
Oh,
and
got
that's
it.
the thing, is that he'll talk about like space and stuff like that, but he's not an astronomer. He's an engineer.
Yeah.
Or he'll talk about
He's
biology.
just a character. This is why he became popular. He got a
Yeah.
TV show.
And the
Yeah.
Liver King's not on steroids.
No, that dude's on steroids.
Roids.
I can't believe that anybody would think that dude's natural.
No, that was weird to me too.
No, all the nutrients come from the liver.
Dude, I get it, but impossible.
I never watched that guy because in general, like I don't like the whole alpha male fit guy
Yeah.
gimmick. Like to me, it's played out, it's stupid, and they don't really ever say anything like educational. So I'm not like I'm
Yeah.
not.
He's a content creator. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Exactly.
People gotta understand what content creators are. Like, when you find or see somebody who's semi-famous, popular on social media, they got there because they're producing. They're behind a camera all day. They're setting up the camera.
They're doing
They're
good
setting
content.
up their lights. They're writing their script. That's what they do professionally.
Yeah.
You know, and they get paid for that. So in reality, it's like it's hard to tell like what's real or not. But I mean, people watch them, and it's entertainment, and this is why they get compensated for what they. Do
Yeah,
and
that's the
everything.
biggest thing is it's entertainment.
I
Mhm.
think people who don't know, it's easy for them to get like mystified in like.
Yeah, they think it's all real, and it's just that's
Exactly.
just the power of like social media and making videos. Is like you can convince anybody. Like we could do that too. We can make ourselves look like the best detailers in the world just by
Yeah.
producing decent content. In reality, I think all detailers are fairly good.
Yeah.
All detailers, obviously, it's what we do is fairly simple.
If you're cleaning a car,
yeah, that's
you're
good.
good detailer.
Yeah, but if I make a video and clean it the same way every normal person is doing, but if I do a little commentary like, oh yeah, I'll make sure I get this I always make sure I get this in
Yeah.
this tiny little area, and you're always gonna comment, like, oh wow, you guys do great work. And it's like, it's because I convinced you.
Yeah.
I told you I'm doing these little steps, and that's just like the power of social
Yeah,
media.
it's like
And-
it's like the videos on Instagram and stuff where like they're doing like a door panel and they get out a little tiny brush or a Q-tip. Like
yeah,
I guarantee you, like 95% of the time, they don't do that on a
Yeah.
regular job. If they're
they're
like
just
it's time,
they're just selling you on it.
they're just like, okay, this is how I'm making my money.
Yeah.
People are watching it because I'm doing all this stuff and like commenting like, wow, he brought a toothpick out. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But in reality, like that's where he's not making his money. Like all the detail guys on YouTube and stuff, they're not making their money from detailing anymore. They're making their money from the content they're creating.
Mm.
Yeah. But you're making $500 a detail, but then you're making like $10,000 per video.
In AdSense and all that stuff, you know. So
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
solid. Which we gotta start doing.
yeah, we're working.
Marco.
I know.
Marco works like 2 days for 2 hours a week.
No, dude, don't disrespect, dude. Marco, I know this guy, dude. He's a worker, dude. Don't disrespect.
No, I am. But this year has been. I was talking to my therapist about it at Fresno State a couple of days ago. This year, I have worked like the least of any year in the last 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
Like everything. I've worked out the least. I've worked at work the least. I've worked at school the least. It was kind of a bad year for me, but 2023, baby, we're gonna start producing a whole
This
bunch
year
of
doesn't
content.
count for a lot of us.
Yeah, it's like a swing year, I'd say. Like
Yeah.
we went through freaking 2 years of mayhem,
Yeah.
and then this year we're just like everything's normal, and it's like, man, I'm still
I
recovering from.
would, I would personally prefer 2020 COVID year for like another 5 years.
I would too.
I'm cool off that. My grandma died that year, so
Oh, shit.
nah.
2021 COVID year was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
2021 COVID year, that was a good year.
Well, nobody said somebody had to die each year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the environment, Marco.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody
No,
had
that was
money.
horrible. That was
It's
horrible.
rough. It's rough.
I loved it.
That's fair.
That's because we were just busy.
Yeah, we were
working.
busy. We were working. It was fun. The
But
uncertainty.
we were
of it
also
all-
in Clovis, and it was a lawless land. Nothing changed in Clovis. Absolutely nothing changed in Clovis. People were just going to work, eating in restaurants, whatever it was, traveling. But then the government was giving everybody like $4,000 a month for
Yeah.
unemployment. So it was booming. Business was booming. It was great. It was fun. We were doing whatever the hell we want. We weren't worried about getting sick. If somebody got sick, we're like, all right, get off work for like a week and a half.
Do you feel like Madera was kind of weird because it was kind of like that, but also kind of not? It was like in between. The strictness of Fresno, I remember a whole
Fresno
bunch
was
of my
strict.
I have no idea about Madeira. I literally
You just sleep
sleep
there.
there.
You live in
Yeah.
oh,
I
got you.
sleep there and then I come to work and I'm in Clovis.
He
for the whole-
literally leaves here like 6, 7, get home at like 8,
Yeah. So
cooks, eat,
That's
sleep, wakes up at 6 in the morning, drives over here.
yeah.
It was so weird what you could and could not do over there because there were so many places that weren't really supposed to be open and nobody was talking about it. And at the time, I was making videos for the city, so it was just like, yeah, they're not supposed to be open, but we're just going to go give them like a warning or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
No, and Fresno's like shutting places down,
Yeah.
getting fined $1,000,
Finding people.
$2,000,
Yeah.
$3,000 if you open. Because they knew people like that, they're getting fined and they're getting scared. And then for us, not a single. We were fucking busy and it was great.
It was so fun.
I liked it. Nobody was on the road.
Yeah. No one was on the
No
road.
traffic.
No traffic. I don't know. I kind of like. I don't know. I like the underground stuff. So like I loved trying to find restaurants that were open
Mhm.
because it was just like, oh dude, we're doing something.
Speakeasy.
Like we're not supposed to do this. Like this is
Yeah.
cool. Like I'm at this bar and there's
Prohibition.
20 people here and it's just us 20. We're the only ones that know about this. It was just felt cooler, you
Yeah,
know.
it's a lawless land.
Yeah. So it was always enjoyable.
That's
I did
fair.
like that. 2021's good too. I actually don't remember much of
I
2021.
do not remember 2021 at all.
I don't think that existed for me in my brain. That would
Yeah.
just somehow like.
Dude, I gotta pee.
I don't remember what I did.
I'm trapped.
Hold it, dude.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, I get to hold it forever.
I'm getting out of here, dude.
Let's see this. How's he gonna do it? You gotta leap. Oh God. Oh, nice.
Oh man, that's pretty good. Athlete.
That was pretty good.
Athlete.
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 That was a
Anyway,
hard pee.
so luckily,
2022, you also feels like a swing year.
yeah, fuck, lost so much money this year.
Mm-hmm.
This year was definitely a learning year for me.
Yeah.
There are things I haven't done before, mistakes I've never made before. And I'm a huge advocate of making mistakes. I love making mistakes. I love just taking risk. I'm such a gambler. And people always ask me, like, do you gamble? I go, no, not really. Like, I don't go to casinos. I've gone before when I was, like, 18, 19, 20, and
Yeah.
I've, I
But you
mean,
bet on yourself a lot.
in a sense, well, my favorite quote was always, the mistake you make, the cost of the mistake you make is the price you pay for that lesson.
Mm.
And I always take that to heart ever since I learned that. And so whenever I take a risk, I'm like, all right, what's it going to cost me to learn from
Yeah,
this?
like what am I gonna lose if this goes worst case scenario?
In a sense, yeah. But when it comes to gambling, like go to the casino and things like that. So and like I'm very advocate, like I don't like to gamble and whatnot. So like when Rob's bachelor party, we went to Tahoe. Dude, I lost so much money. It's just because I was in the environment and I just love to gamble. I love
Yeah.
taking risks. But when it comes to like business, oh, it's my favorite thing. Why? Because in a sense, every business person will say this, like you always win. Whether you win or lose, you always win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But that's also mentality. Like if you lose,
Yeah.
people like they lose and they just crumble. Then
Yeah.
you lose. But if you lose and you're happy you made that mistake and you learned that lesson, you're gonna win every time. So I feel like I win every time. I don't feel like I lose much.
When you have, I feel like everybody inevitably has both thoughts though. Like whenever you take any sort of loss or whatever,
Yeah.
you know,
You still feel it
big
at
or
the
small,
beginning.
you still feel it.
Yeah.
What do you do to not like stay there? You know what I mean? Because that's something I feel like this year has taught me a whole lot is to not stay there. 'Cause that's what I used to do. And that's like the biggest lesson I think this year gave me.
See, when it comes to advice and things like that, I really try not to veer off too much. Like these super hyper successful people are like, "Oh, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it." I'm like, "No, I dig deep down. I'm like, okay, I'm different from you. I'm different from that guy. I'm different from other people. I can't tell you what I do because it may not work for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I won't tell you what to do. I'll tell you like what I did. But for me as a person, and Rob knows this, I really don't give a shit about a lot of things.
Yeah. For me, as a person, like I have both ends of the spectrum. Like I'm a worrier in some aspects of like, oh shit, and it gets in my head, and it'll play on repeat over and over, you know.
Mm.
But then other times it's just like, that's life. You
Yeah.
know? Like it's just that's life. You know. Like I think that for me, I try and tell myself like happiness is impossible to always have.
Yeah.
So like to have happiness consistently and be like, so like something goes wrong and I'm just like happy about it. Like, oh, I guess that's just the lesson. That's impossible to have
Yeah.
every single time. But to strive for that attitude is what I try to do. It'd be like, yeah, that happened. Like I fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Or this mistake happened or I'm not able to overcome this. Like, oh, that's part of it. But the other side does ring a bell consistently sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of just eat that loss. You know, whether it's financial or not, eat that loss of time, eat that loss of like your mental health. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm going downhill for this whole week because of this one thing happened and I'm not making it. And sometimes you gotta be like, accept that. Once you accept that and like, all right, I'm going down here. Here I go. Hopefully I can bounce back sometime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like most people think like, this
But
is it. This is the
that
end.
that opportunistic part of like, I'll bounce back sometime. Even sometimes that little sliver of sometime will
Yeah.
like motivate you through it all.
That's
Like,
right. Most people don't have that at all.
Yeah.
They-
And they say like professional athletes always say like the best athletes aren't the ones that like remember everything, but they're the quickest to forget. So you miss a shot, you forgot it. Boom.
Yeah.
And then when you go to shoot the next shot, you're not thinking about that last shot. You're just like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. That last shot doesn't even fucking matter. Make
Yeah.
or miss, it doesn't matter. Like
Hmm.
the next one's what matters. And
Yeah.
to look at life like that, like, oh, okay, I made a mistake here. You could either dwell on it, sit on it, or you could be like, oh shoot, let me just push through it. Like that didn't even happen.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
quicker you get it out of your head, the quicker it's gone, or the better for you it is. I guess you could say. Is
Yeah.
the way I think about it.
I mean,
That makes a lot of sense.
also for me, just like the whole like the sport things for the athletes. It's just like make the mistake. For me, it's make the mistake over and over. I love like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just look forward like I'm gonna fuck up again.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. It's gonna happen again. And there's so many times where me and Rob would do something. We're like, didn't we just make this mistake like last week? He goes, oh, we did. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, how do we forget? And we're always gonna, there's so many things that happen in life that you can't just remember all of them.
Yeah.
That's
There's no
something
way.
that I think I learned in coaching because people would get so frustrated trying to learn like a really complicated lift, like a power clean or an Olympic
Mhm.
lift, that it's not like stagnant. You know what I mean? Like you have to learn really how to control your hips and all
There's
these
so many moving parts.
so
Yeah.
many fucking moving parts. It's such a complicated move. People would get frustrated in there and they would look at me and be like, "Am I doing this right?" And I'm like I wouldn't lie to them. I'd be like, "No." And they would just be like, "Well, how do I do it right?" And I'm like, "Look, just keep fucking up. You're not going to hurt yourself the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
The way you're doing it is just wrong. Like you're not going to lift a shit ton of weight.
It's not
but
efficient.
you're not
Yeah.
but you're not going to hurt yourself. So just keep doing it wrong until something clicks. 'Cause
Yeah.
at some point something does kind of click when you do it enough times.
That's
when
how
you fuck up enough.
Yeah, that's how I train in kickboxing and kung fu. Is,
Yeah.
I don't know, the old school mentality of training people like, no, do it this way, no, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. Like you see me train, I was like, you're doing it wrong, but like, I'm not gonna bother you.
Yeah.
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 Like you just keep doing it like this, and one day you're gonna be like, it's gonna click, and then I can bring it up. Dude, if you come back to training and you look at Brian,
Is he super improved?
fuck,
Really?
that dude looks good. Has so much power. He great technique.
Wow.
The stiffest person you ever meet, he
Yeah.
looks fucking solid.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Compared to what he was, he's still kind of like stiff. He still looks kind of awkward here and there. But if you do pad work with him, dude,
Well,
he's
that's-
better. He's better than everybody else.
That's the marker, is that like you don't want to be like better than everybody else in the class. You want to be better than yourself when you started.
No, I think he's better than everybody else.
Yeah?
But we don't have any other students anyways.
Nah.
But that were there before.
Yeah.
No, he's improved a ton, and it was just also because he's been the only one coming. And for me, I get to spend a whole hour, which is sent to 1-on-1. He gets a 1-on-1 with me every
Yeah.
single day.
Yeah,
which is nice.
for me, like relating it to the coaching thing, like obviously I don't coach things like you guys do. Like you've coached CrossFit, you coach Kung Fu and kickboxing. But even like if you look at the vlog we did that day, where like I was trying to teach Lund how to just golf.
Yeah.
Like at first I was like trying to tell him things, and I was like, you know what? Just make contact. I know that if you start making contact, you're gonna get it. It's just gonna click in your head.
Yeah, when he said it's like playing a game.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like that, it's just like that. And then like if I relate it to like snowboarding and stuff, like when I go with people, take people snowboarding, I've taught so many people how to snowboard, and it's always like the first, like this teaching isn't even on the mountain. Like it starts in the car, like on the drive up there. I'm just like, as we get closer and closer, I like start to think, and I'm like, hey dude, like just get it in your head, you're gonna eat, like you're gonna fall on your ass the whole day. Like don't,
Yeah.
like people see it and they're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking ride tough and keep up with you, because it just looks so easy when I watch people do it. So I'm like, just like get that out of your head. I promise you, if you set the expectation like super low for yourself, you're gonna surprise yourself with how good you are.
Yeah.
You know, like, but just know, like I've taken like 20 people snowboarding, and out of the 20, maybe like 3 of them got it good on their first like try.
Yeah.
The other people, it was just like, this sucks. I'm wet. It's garbage.
I think that's a good mentality and like character trait almost to have as a father, like for both of you. Like your kids are going to do so good in so many things because they have dads who know how to teach, basically.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know how to teach somebody, think about how many
It's hard.
teachers you had.
Yeah.
It might be easier for you. I don't know. But for me, it took a while for me to like recognize it. Like I remember taking my son Noah to like his first soccer practice when he was like 3 years old. And me and this kid would just sit in the living room and passing the ball back and forth, and he's like getting it down. And then as soon as we get to the practice, he's like just scared, crying, like kids are running everywhere. It's freaking him out. I could see his mind just going a million miles an hour. And like the first like hour or first like 20 minutes, I'm like, hey bud, we practice this at home.
Yeah.
Stop embarrassing me. Like, you know what I mean? It was like on me, like this,
Yeah.
we gotta
Yeah.
be the best. Like, what are you doing? And then like another 20 minutes went by, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Like there's so much going on, his brain can't gather it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And everybody else in the class is like 4, 5, 6. So he was 3. So I'm like, that's another thing.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like even for me, I'm such an advocate for failure. I let everybody fail in very minuscule ways, you know, like something like that. Like he failed because he didn't know how to control his emotions and mind.
Yeah.
Cool. Let do a couple more times, and after a while, he's gonna get used to it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, he doesn't like it. I'm gonna pull him out.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, he has to get over that.
Yeah.
That hump. You know, he has to keep. Like that's a failure. It's not a bad thing. He failed at succeeding in being confident in himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if he does it 2, 3, 4, 5 more times, it takes that many more times.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, the next one will be better. It's like very rarely the next time they're going to be better.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? The second time. It takes a few times. Even for me, when I teach my daughter Kung Fu and stuff, I just like, she keeps doing it wrong for like a month. She would just do it wrong. And I'm like, all right, so it's time for me to teach you how to do it right. She goes, what? I go, yeah, so you've been doing it wrong. So you kind of, because they have to be able to see the difference. And a lot of people don't like the way I do that because they're like, oh, you're going to teach them the wrong way, and then they're going to get used to it. And I was like, I like breaking bad habits.
Yeah.
I like teaching them because they want to know, they got to see the difference. Because if I try to teach them right the whole time, they can't compare it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't know what a win is if you never lost.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. So like when it comes to like failures, I can compare it.
Yeah.
When we fuck up on a detail, and I do another one, like, oh, this one's way better than the other one.
Yeah.
When we're wrapping that BMW, dude,
The hood, hard as hell.
hard as hell.
But then he just started trucking through every panel like it was nothing.
Well, after doing everything else, the hood would have been the easiest part actually.
Yeah.
Like the hood, like when I'm thinking about it, that thing would have been the easiest.
Yeah.
Cause I'm totally getting it. Doing the doors, doing the fender, I fucking getting it. I can't wait to do like every other part. It's just
Yeah.
taking the car apart. I'm so lucky that that's an old car. It's easy to take apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited to do more wraps, and then from there go on tint. Cause I'm getting the hang of it. Cause I've already tinted like 8 cars, and Rob's only done like 2 or 3.
Yeah. I've tinted
So-
probably
so
like
there's-
6 windows.
Yeah, so this one like was a huge difference. Like I've done like 15 windows.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's all it really is. And I know I'm getting a little bit better, or I'm finally getting the hang of it, or everything's a feeling,
Yeah.
you know. So it's a funny thing. So when I teach kickboxing and we're doing pad work and kicks and stuff, my brain, when I see like the person, I see like it's like in a video game. I can see the energy flowing,
Yeah.
and when they're doing something, I feel like it's blocked, like the cheese blocked, and so I adjust them, and it changes everything.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I can always picture that because I can see their body flowing.
Is it like you can see when it's coming from the shoulder and when it's coming very tense versus when it's coming from the hip and loose?
For some reason, in my brain, I see a silhouette. I don't see the person.
Mhm.
I see a silhouette, and I see like I remember seeing those pictures where there's like blue energy, the light, the chi
Yeah.
going through the hands. Like I just see
And
that.
it's like, oh, okay, I see right here at his elbow, it's red. That means
Yeah.
it's blocked. He's
It's
not pulling through, like
Yeah, he's
twisting
not-
his
he's
wrist
not
or
turning
something.
over, yeah.
Yeah.
So for me,
That's
it's
cool as
weird.
hell.
I see that every time I see anybody doing pad work and stuff. I see that, and I've done it to Marco. Like, hey, bro, you're not doing this, this, and this, and Marco just has like natural power because he lifts,
Yeah.
but he can get way more if he did it this way, and he does it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so fascinating for me to do.
That's
And
weird.
so when it comes to rapping, I started getting that same feeling.
Yeah.
So when we heated up and it started getting that nice stretch, and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh,
It's the feel.
it felt good. I can just see like, for some reason, I could see it turned blue on me.
Yeah.
I could see that the stretch was energy. I could see, oh man, this is nice.
Yeah.
I had control over it.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's weird that you say that because that's what I was seeing when we were like laying it, and you'd heat it, and I'd be like, "It's perfect," and you'd be like, "What?" And you'd start like scraping, and you're like, "It's so good right now." And I'm
Yeah.
like, because you could see it kind of like melt and kind of
And just
form a little bit.
and
It's
it
weird.
flattens out, and it's just really nice. And so it's weird because I've been watching videos, and they don't talk about that
Yeah.
because you can't teach that. You have to feel that.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to talk about. Like I do want to make a video about that. I was like, oh man, just that moment where like it was the perfect temperature,
Yeah.
elasticity, and it was just like, oh wow, just dude.
It's not too soft, not too hard, but
Yeah,
it's just
but like
perfect.
we pulled it, we laid it down, and then we squeegeed it, and it was just like flat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. So that's what I was doing to the door. I was heating it just right, and it just felt so nice. Tint is the only different thing. Like fuck, tint is so hard.
Yeah.
I would prefer wrapping because vinyl is so malleable. You can work, do whatever.
Yeah.
Tint is just like it's there.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so hard to tuck the corners. I
I
struggle
think
with
I
it
think it
hard.
was just the BMW, because I don't know. Oh, that one was tough because it's such an old car. But
Yeah, it
So-
was a little harder than like
Yeah.
the Ford. It was a
Yeah.
little bit.
We can pull video and kind of show people watching this on YouTube and Spotify later, kind of like what you guys are talking about. Because I already know you guys have the BMW out there, but why don't you explain the whole situation? Because it is kind of, it's a cool story, and I think it's really cool to like talk about the process too, because after I watched the video you guys posted on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Which process about having the BMW in general or wrapping it?
Both. So let's talk about how the BMW came to the shop.
Okay, so the way the BMW came was my one of my really good friends. He bought it. It was just like, I'm gonna make this my project car. So he was living here in Fresno. He bought it. He was barely driving it here and there because I mean it's like a weekend car. And then he got a job in the Bay Area. He's a lawyer, and so he moved there. He's been living there for like a year now, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, or maybe less. But he hasn't driven the BMW in like 6 months. It's been sitting in his car. There's like water spots on it. He's been parked on his curb. And he was like, you know what? Hey, bro, could you drive it for a bit? And I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'll drive it. I was driving for like 3-4 days. I was
Yeah.
just taking it home. It was just so nice. And now car turns on whenever we need to. I still got to put the maintainer on there.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, if you want to practice wrapping it? And I was like, yeah, for sure. He goes, yeah, I'll just buy the vinyl. I was like, even better.
Yeah.
Because it's going to cost like $800 worth of vinyl, just to wrap it, especially because we fucked up on the hood. But yeah, he just wants to make it like his. I'm texting him like every day. He goes, yeah, I was maybe making a show car. He's going to redo the leather and the seats and things like that. But this is the first car I've ever wrapped. Like,
Yeah.
we've never wrapped a car before. And just getting the hang of it from stretching it, pulling it, laying it, squeegeeing it, and then cutting it, tucking the corners, that is definitely a learning curve. But I feel like I've got it. Each time I lay it or
It's getting
I stretch
better and
it,
better.
the feeling feels so nice, Everything that's on the passenger side is mediocre at best, but so far on the driver's side, I'm so happy with it.
Yeah.
Like, super happy, besides the fender.
Yeah. It's looking good for sure.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, he wants it wrapped it red. I don't know. I was like, hey, you should spray paint the wheels. You should do this and that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm treating it like it's my car. I love this car.
Yeah. It's sick.
And it's stick shift, so just driving around town, and the exhaust is fucking loud, and it's a convertible soft top, and putting it down and driving around is so sick. I can't wait to drive it around when we're done wrapping it.
Yeah,
It's just
it'll
gonna
be
look so good.
Clean.
Yeah, and the red is like super bright. So I'm super excited about that. But learning how to wrap with no prior experience, no coach, no teacher, just YouTube. But YouTube's like, but I'm watching videos. I'm looking at. I'm like, wait, this video's like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
I don't see any like newer videos that keep popping up. And so we just gotta make content. I'm
Yeah.
noticing that there's a lot of videos that people are watching. They're just years old,
Yeah.
and we just gotta put content out.
I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. She's in Qatar right now. She's in the Navy, and she just hopped on Discord with me and a friend and another mutual friend of ours. And we were just talking about because I feel like December comes around, and just the conversation of reflections just starts coming about. I don't know about
Yeah,
you
no,
guys in your
100%.
circle. Yeah. But like, so we were talking about how she's doing over there, how my buddy's doing in Madeira, and how I'm doing. And I was just like, yeah, like I just can't seem to like find my groove. Like ever since I moved to Fresno, because I think about it, I'm like, I had my groove set in Madeira. You know what I mean? It was okay, coach
Put
in
on
the
that rhythm.
exactly. It was coach in the morning, workout, coach in the evening, blah blah. Like it
I
just got
was thinking
repetitive.
about it. I think you have too much flexibility.
Yeah,
I give you. You didn't even come in Friday, dude.
I know.
And you didn't even say anything. I was
Yeah.
like, where's
The structure of your
your schedule?
schedule is
It throws
off.
you off.
Yeah,
That's the thing with freedom. A lot of people, it's not they don't deserve it, is they don't know how to handle. Even for me, I told Rob this. When people are like, how'd you do your business? Like, why do you work so much? And I was like, I make myself work.
yeah,
I don't like, I tell myself like, you have to work. I just tell myself all the time. It's like, you're working every day. If someone calls me right now, I would go do that job. That's how I was.
yeah.
Because I'm naturally fucking lazy.
Mm,
Like,
same.
I don't want to do shit.
Mm.
I slept in today. I woke up at like 8:30.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm naturally lazy. But when I have to, then I will. Like, even today, I was like, today's my day off. I don't have to go in. But I was like, I have to go in. And I just forced myself.
Yeah.
And I think you just gotta need that structure for yourself.
Yeah, and so she recommended something to me that I think
Was it shave
might
your
help
head?
out a whole lot. No, I just did that because
Okay.
I'm lazy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I hate having hair. But
Reminds me of that Friends episode.
what's that?
That Friends episode. What's her name? Shaves her head on the beach in Friends. Ross's
Oh
girl-
yeah, his girlfriend. But Rachel gets her to do it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
No, so she was just like, she basically asked me, and I think that's the thing too, is that like we all have the answers to our own problems. It's just like we usually don't sit with them long enough and sit past the feeling of like, fuck, this is a problem, to really solve it. So it was like, okay, well, like, how would you solve it? How would you solve this problem for yourself? And I was like, all right, well, I would pitch more of a structure, like, instead of doing so many vlogs. I think the podcasts are easy. It takes forever to set up, but like then we just go,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. So I was like, okay, how can I do that for like our regular day-to-day videos? And it goes back to like what we do on the whiteboard, like planning, but
Yeah.
but on a weekly, daily basis.
I
and
tried
saying-
to do that.
Yeah.
I tried to do that
I
one
know,
time, but
I
something
know.
happened.
Yeah, I think that if you do that, it'll make it easier for us too.
Yeah, because
You have access to Yearable and stuff, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, honestly, if you go on Yearable and just see what's coming in,
you're
like
able.
there's
We
an,
can make content every single.
there's
we
an
do so much
interior
work.
detail
Yeah.
today. I'm gonna get there early. I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna tell have a little bit of direction or production of it.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, like maybe it's Lund, maybe it's No Way. Like when they come in, just take control and be like, hey, today we're doing this interior detail video. This interior detail might take an extra 30 more minutes because I'm gonna be moving the camera
Yeah,
around.
don't fucking touch
Yeah.
it. Let me do before video.
I'm gonna
quickly.
set you up, like tell you when to start extracting so we get good visual. I'm gonna tell you when to do the door. Like don't
Yeah, you
start
get to know
yet.
that's what's really good about David, my buddy that was doing everything. He really knew how to fucking detail.
Yeah.
He really learned everything the first few months, and
Mhm.
so when it came to like doing videos, he knew the next step.
Yeah.
He knew what was gonna happen next. He knew where to go with the camera, what angle. Oh, hold on, I know what you're gonna do right next. Let me get a different angle.
Yeah.
Like knowing the whole process is really important, and I think that's gonna really benefit you. I think the thing is your schedule. If I forced you, like, hey, you're coming this day, from this time, you don't leave early, you
Yeah.
don't come in late.
Yeah.
I think it will change everything for you.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you coming in at random times
Yeah.
really throws me off.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
coming
I'm
in
like, hey, what are we doing? And you're like,
You're like, we've
Yeah.
already done 2 hours of work. Like,
Yeah.
stuff's already happened.
Yeah, we're already done with everything, Mark. We came in late.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
interior detail's done. Like it's half
Yeah.
almost done. They're dressing it. Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It would make it easier if you're here from the beginning of each process, or even just the beginning of the day. Like if you start at like when we start
Yeah.
at 7:30, 7:45, you get
Mhm.
here. Getting the video of us opening the doors, setting up, asking the guys like, "What are you doing right now?" "Oh, I'm setting up the pressure washer," and then asking them like, "Oh, are you mobile or in shop?" And then they're like, "Oh, I'm mobile, but I'm just helping the guy." And
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
get those like moments that we have
Yeah.
every morning where it's like, "Wait, who's doing what?" Because sometimes it's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
and that's the thing that makes like coming in so like
You come in midday, like
yeah, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, okay,
Yeah.
what am I filming? But it's because like, yeah, that's the thing is I am coming in at random times. There's no there's no direction. There's freedom, but there's no direction.
I think you should be fine though, because even if Rob and I, we can all come in at a fucking any random time as well.
Right.
But we know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
No.
you just got to get used to that.
We've made it. I think we've made it work pretty good this year. I mean,
Yeah.
we started a podcast, we started vlogs, we
Yeah.
released over 10 for both.
Yeah.
You know, but I do think that going into next year, that's going to be like a cool goal for us to set, is just like having more structure and being like, yeah, Monday's
Yeah.
this day, Wednesday's this day, Friday's this day.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, school is a whole nother, we're not going to talk about
Yeah.
that this podcast.
Yeah, for my schedule, it's like structure, but it's not right. Like we come into work no matter what.
Yeah.
There's no jobs. Rob and I are here.
Yeah.
If it's raining, we're here. If there's a lot of job, we're here. Whatever it is, we're here, and then we find something to do.
Or we just figure out
Yeah.
where the guys are going. Like, oh, he called out today, and sometimes he's the only one that knows, and then he'll text me, and then I tell everyone here, like, well, he's not coming in, so you're gonna go with him. You're gonna go with him.
Yeah, to
blah, blah,
balance
blah,
out everything, and I don't know, it's pretty interesting. But I think we can make a lot of good videos. Like these videos could be 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We gotta make a lot more 5-minute videos.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking that yesterday. I was
Right.
like,
Or
man,
just
we
get-
have a lot of 10-minute videos.
Yeah.
Get into the shorts or get into.
I literally didn't watch any vinyl wrapping videos longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
I-
over 10, I skipped it. I go, where are these fucking videos at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find them, and I couldn't. And I was like, I guess I'll just watch this one video. It's 8 minutes.
And you're like scanning it. You're
yeah,
like, get to the part
point.
I want to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah.
Just talk the corners already, because that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to figure out. And I finally got to that point. I was like, oh, I get it now. And I went to go do it the next day, and I was like, my fucking corners are beautiful.
Yeah.
My edges are tucked. They're perfect. And but I think if we just cut to the chase, we get into it. Yeah.
I agree.
I do want to get into more Facebook videos. We gotta start posting on Facebook.
Yeah,
They pay the most. You know that?
Yeah, that's.
I didn't know that.
I was gonna
They
ask.
pay the most. Do you know why? It's because
Ads?
they're trying to compete with TikTok, and so they're purposely
Ah.
paying content creators
Yeah.
way more than everybody else, than
Hmm.
any other platform.
Snapchat just started paying content
creators?
creators a lot too.
We do have a Snapchat. Remember, I was
compete.
using it for a long time.
Yeah.
I just
Really?
stopped. It was just too much.
Yeah.
But we could start posting. Why?
It-
Why can't we post on both? I just need somebody else to do it for me.
Yeah,
That's
But
me.
I need you to get better at everything.
Yeah.
yeah, that's for. We were talking about goals and stuff, obviously, before the next year. Like, maybe lay out some goals that we each have for this coming year and for our personal selves, and then maybe as for the business as well would be cool.
Yeah. This goes back to like my failures. Like for those who are like, oh, I can't pay somebody to be a content creator. Like, yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can. It's gonna cost you. You may lose money or break even by paying someone else, but it'll come back. You know.
I
in-
think that's
in dividends type deal.
basically any business, though.
Yeah, you have to invest.
Like,
And
you're
for
gonna
me-
lose money for a little bit.
Yeah.
You might even out for a little bit, and then eventually it'll.
Yeah,
take
like having
off.
David for 6 months was great. Not that I waste my time training him, but all that time I really learned to talk to
The
my
camera.
videographer and talk on camera much better and guide them a little more. Because before it was like, all right, what do you want to do, Marco? And then you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
You know. But now I'm trying to be like, hey, do this, Marco. Can you record me
Yeah.
doing this and this and that? And so for me, like that was the price I paid to be more confident with myself.
Yeah.
Do you ever like
Alright,
do
I pee.
research on content, detailing content, or like do you watch YouTube videos? Do you?
I actually did a little bit when we first started here.
Uh,
And I was talking to my friend about it yesterday. Like I just had like a real like talk like, dude, I feel like
I feel like you're kind of like finding yourself in this new role of your life,
yeah.
in a sense, because like you were speaking about how it was so structured with everything, and obviously CrossFit at the time was like your main thing.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of in an uncertain place of like, I'm going to school for this. I'm at this new job. I'm in a new place in general.
Yeah.
And so just you're trying to find your, like you were saying earlier, find your groove.
Yeah.
And
I'm just used
I
to
can't
shit
lie.
clicking.
that's sick. Like, I'm kind of jealous.
Oh,
Like, a little bit jealous of it just because, like, you're on a new venture, you know?
peed that fast?
And you're like growing. You're growing on so many different levels in your life at once, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. The uncertainty and the fear of it all I'm kind of jealous.
I'm really glad you say that because like for the last 5 months, it's been like stressful, and I'm like, fuck, I hate this shit. I'm growing in so many different ways, and I don't feel like, and that's the thing that I forgot. It's like I'm growing like brick by brick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like I wish I was growing just one way. Like if we're building a wall, right?
Yeah.
The way you want to see progress, or the way I imagined myself seeing progress, was just like brick, 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 brick. But then
Yeah.
that just builds like a fucking beam. You know,
Yes.
if you're building a wall, you do want to grow little by little. you
Yeah.
know,
And
bit by
sometimes
bit.
like
you
you're-
change the patterns.
sometimes
Yeah.
you're growing like out of the center part of the wall, and it's going here, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm also growing over here. So now there's like this little gap, little valley, or like little, and
Yeah.
then you're connecting all the pieces in at one
And
point, and then
it's
it goes
always
back to
overlaying.
like, it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. But that's a good visual. I like that.
Yeah, that's the type of shit I would always lay out for coaching. And then that was the other thing, is that like, you know, as much as CrossFit was like my thing, it's like I give up. As much as like CrossFit was my thing, it got monotonous, and then it got to where I was just like, man, I'm really burnt out from this. Like I don't really want to do this anymore. I have this other skill. Let me do this. But I didn't account for, just because you have the skill doesn't mean you have, like, you don't have experience doing this, Marco. Like, and that's what I didn't account for. Like this entire year, I think, is just like, oh shit, I
You're
forgot.
so used to knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Dude, it runs back. We're like
Yeah.
doing circles around our conversation, which is really cool. Everything's connecting. It's going back to like, you have to suck to be good.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
only way to get good at something is to suck at first.
Same with us doing the vinyl wrapping. Like,
And people are scared to
suck.
suck. Like people do not try new
Yeah.
things because they're embarrassed to suck.
I think it's so weird. I think I've grown up just sucking at everything.
Yeah.
I just got used to it. And so when it came like doing business, like, I'm gonna suck. Worst case scenario is I keep sucking. It's a 50-50 shot. Either
Yeah.
you keep sucking or you're gonna get better. You know?
Yeah.
And then also it's your mentality. It's like, are you happy that you're only 1% better?
Yeah.
You know, some people are like, no, I want to be 50% better. It's like, that's not unrealistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, what? Like, I want to be 50% stronger. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, like I just loaded 135 tomorrow, 225.
Yeah.
Like what?
yeah, it doesn't make
That's
any sense.
impossible.
Yeah, and so, I mean, some people are just impatient. Just like we were talking about Ivan.
Yeah.
You know, our buddy, one of my best friends, he started his clothing brand, and for a long time, he's been thinking about it for like a year or two. I remember he wanted to trademark it. I was like, bruh, like,
just take the first steps
just
first.
do it. You don't need to trademark it. Like, what? Like, that's like $1,000 plus just to
Yeah.
get it started. It takes like 3 to 4 years to get a trademark, you know, for
Yeah.
a name. And so finally, I was, dude, just fucking do it. He goes, okay, I'll do it. You know, and it was just one of those things. And then he did really good when he launched his clothing brand. Really good, like almost sold out.
Trust brand. Follow it
Trust
on
brand.
Instagram.
He's not even active anymore.
Go buy it. Go buy it. Go buy
But
it.
anyways, he did fucking good, dude. Dude, he was doing photo shoots. He had to like stock. Like, he's
It
a
was
fucking
clean.
he's a handsome dude. He was doing
Yeah.
like, he looked like a fucking model.
They all did. Even Paul, Jose,
Yeah.
all three of them were sick in those photos. I was like, damn,
yeah,
that's
and
clean.
his clothing line, they look like freaking models from like, you know, Gap or whatever. Like they look
Yeah.
legit. And then he didn't sell like 3 of his sweaters or shirts. He's all like disappointed. I was like, bro, were you expecting to sell out? He goes, yeah. And I was like, that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like, what? I guess, what size was it? He goes, it was like an extra large, or 2XL. I didn't sell. And I was like, well, obviously, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
how many people do you know are XL and 2XL? Like,
no,
not
and
very
so it
many.
was just one of those things where just like, dude, that's just like nothing. Like,
Yeah.
he sold like, out of 50, he sold like 47.
Yeah.
Or,
And they were sick, dude. I
and they're
wish
great.
he'd come back.
We
'cause
still wear his clothing.
I would wear it every day if
And
I
it's
could.
been like over a year. Like, dude, when are you gonna come out with the other one? And it's just like, I don't know. But now he's working at PG&E. He just had a baby, so just one of those things. But I think his clothing line would have been, and he's a natural artist, and so that's just like a prime example of like
Artiste.
overthinking. And I'm not sure if we said it yesterday, Rob. It was like, this is why hard work always beats talent. You know
No,
what I
we
mean?
didn't say it, but yeah, that's true. Hard work will always be
Beat
talent, no doubt.
Michael Jordan said that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like some people are so naturally talented. Like, I don't think I'm talented in
Yeah.
anything. Like, I just suck at a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like talking about friends. Like our other friend Marty,
He's talented.
he is just talented. Like just good. Like when I go snowboard with him, it doesn't make sense.
I think most of our friends are talented
He's
besides us.
so talented, and I'm like, I hate you. Like I have to
Yeah.
try so hard just to even be like considered the same level as you. But the way he does it, it's just like natural flow, and I'm like
Yeah.
literally like,
Hey, should I do this?
sweating, like
I'll try it. Does it perfect? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I try my best, and he's just
Yeah.
like coasting through. It's pretty cool.
I think all of our friends
Yeah,
are naturally talented,
yeah,
and yeah, some of them work hard. But for us to be even with them, we have to be like, shit, we have to put 10 times more hours in.
Yeah.
They do.
yeah. I go snowboarding 100 times more than
All of them.
all of them. Yeah, or even like golfing. I go golfing 100 times more than Joseph, but Joseph's still like we still compete, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm fucking trying so hard.
Yeah. And that's the thing with like business, and I knew that from the beginning. Was like, maybe if I just outwork everybody, I can catch up. Because I'm not good at business. I'm not very smart. And we did the hours. Remember? We calculated everything. I was doing 10, 12 hours a day every single day for my first 3 years. I literally just worked more than two times more than everybody else.
Yeah,
So in 1 year, I put in 2 years worth of work.
yeah,
So right now, in reality, I'm in 6 year in business. I've done 10 years of business.
yeah.
If you were to do 40 hours a week. And I think this is why
The growth was
Yeah, I'm 5 years. So a normal person has been in business for 4 or 5 years. They're at where they're at. They're good.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the person was, where would they be at in 10 years?
Mhm.
Well, I cut that in half.
Yeah.
'Cause I just put in the extra efforts and work, and but the 10, 12 hours working, that was just at work. At home, dude, I was just like, what do I need to do more? Watching videos, learning, making plans. I was doing research. I was connecting. I was talking to Anthony all the time.
Yeah.
I'll spend so much time at Auto Envy, and I said it before, and just spend time with him and just learning, just researching. Like, that was all at night from like 7 p.m. to like 11 p.m. And I go to sleep and just repeat it every day. I was doing like, it was like the whole Mark Zuckerberg thing when somebody asked him, like, how many hours do you work? He goes, well, I don't know. What happens when I'm at home and I'm thinking about work? Is that work?
Yeah.
What happens when I'm at home and I'm trying to like do something else? Like, how do you calculate the amount of hours? And if you just like any other successful business person, if you just constantly think about it and work on it, it's gonna grow because that's what you're focused on. And so, for me, I'm 5 years ahead of the normal person.
Yeah.
I've definitely slowed down. I feel like I barely work. I feel like I've gotten so lazy. I was telling Rob we're gonna change the way we do the next year.
Yeah. Next year we got some big plans for. I won't even say plans.
We had one plan.
I won't even say plans. I think it's just, yeah, one
Changes.
plan.
we have
Changes.
we have one change.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back mobile.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back on the field more. This whole year, Lou, I spent so much time in this freaking room doing paperwork, and I'm just like, this is not worth it.
Yeah.
I'd be making 10, 15 G's a month by myself type deal, and I was like, I gotta get back on the field.
Yeah. We're just gonna buckle down, ask more of
And
the
just
guys
work
a little
more.
bit, work more.
I'm just gonna work more.
I think we need to ask a little bit more from the guys too,
See, that's the other thing I was thinking about. I was like,
and not like ask more and like
no, we're gonna make them do more. What
obviously
they're used to.
do more.
Do more than they're used to. Just do what regular, because they're just slow. They got used. They got soft.
Yeah. We let everyone get soft and everyone's gonna get hard again, dude. And I'm gonna make them hard. You want to see
Ew.
that? You like that? Yeah. That was for you, camera. Zoom in on that one too.
Right. Yeah, for me to like get to where we're at right now, so like we all did the same hours.
Yeah.
We're working 7, 8 hours a day, but all the hours so you see all the hours I do now, all that paperwork, all the hours it takes to do that, all that, I did that at home. Remember?
Yeah.
And that was the only way we got to where we're at. And because I stopped that, I think we fell behind. And so if we split that, I think it'd be very beneficial. If we do detailing 6 hours, 8 hours, and another 2 of actual business,
Yeah.
that's what I call it BBAs. I'll talk David this. BBAs, business building activities.
Big beautiful asses. I like it.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
I thought that was it.
That sounded right.
No, I was telling about BBAs because there's just like a lot of people don't do that. Anything, and I've told you a little bit about it, is like anything you do, a part of work is work. That has nothing to do with the business. Nothing. You washing a car? Nothing. Detailing a car? Nothing. Texting a customer? Nothing. You going out buying chemicals? Nothing. You restocking? That's not business. It's you marketing. It's you doing your accounting. It's you making your videos. It's you doing the things not a normal person would do. That's business building activities. You investing in yourself, that's a business building activity. Everything else that's just work, I don't consider that to me, that's work. Everything I do here is work.
Yeah.
Everything. When we install the floors, when I put up the walls, when I buy new beams, when I buy new tools, whatever, that's just work. When I'm at home, that's when I'm just like, all right, this is where the business grows. The business doesn't grow here. The business doesn't grow washing a car. The business doesn't grow, cleaning up. That's just a job. The business grows outside of that. And people forget about that. And I tell people all the time, like even some other guys like Javier. Dude, have you seen, he's posted so many videos lately.
Really? I haven't.
Oh, you
been
follow him?
followed him. No, I just haven't
He's
seen
so
him.
consistent, and his videos are good. I taught him this for your detailers. Buy a fucking tripod for $20. Just record yourself detailing and find a random audio and put it in there. That's it.
That one popped off with you guys doing the ceramic wrap.
Oh, the coding.
Yeah, the coating. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and so it's just like little things like that, and it's just like, I don't know. To record it, that's work. To edit it, that's a business building activity.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like my investments in other things, me finding the vans, me communicating with Alex to get it wrapped, me spending hours designing it. You know, all those little things was like the PBAs. That's what's gonna build the business. Learning how to wrap, learning how to tint, that's like outside time type deal. But you know, a lot of detailers forget about that. Even business people, they forget about that. They're so focused on the work that they forgot to build the business, and they can't separate the two.
But
you good? Yeah. Oh. It's like, what's he doing with the camera? Oh. But yeah, I mean, if I can jump back onto that for 2023, make next year, I think I just gotta do what I did the past few years. This year was just me being lazy. This is my by year, my past year.
you're by here.
Yeah. And if I can just go back to what I was doing before, it might be easier. Well, it will. Obviously, I would just work more, like hands down. And everybody else is slow. I can wash the car in 40 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
I can do so much. It's just so easy. If we just took all the appointments, we'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah. I would not mind that.
You would just be exhausted though, wouldn't you? If
Nope.
you took all the appointments.
What?
Nope.
What are you talking about?
all the mobile ones.
All
okay.
of them, Marco.
All of them?
What are you
All
talking
of
about,
them.
dude? Gosh, dude.
All right, dude. I'm
My
sorry.
I think my system's fucking perfect. I would knock out appointments so easily.
Yeah.
My system is just top notch. If I have the right van, the black van, and just go, dude, we knock out cars in 30 minutes. Next one, 30 minutes. Next one, like. But that's the thing is the guys they are working by the hour, and that's how they think. For me, I'm working by the job.
Yeah.
So I try to knock out the jobs as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's different brain set.
Jacob's really good. That's why I love Jacob. He does it by the job.
Yeah, Jacob just goes.
He just goes.
Shuts his brain off and just goes.
He's a workhorse. Nick too. Nick's
Sometimes
washing
that's
cars
a-
by himself.
Sometimes that's a good way to be. Shut your brain off and go.
Yeah. Well, the other guys they talk. A lot.
Don't think, just do. I know I hate talking, dude.
And the guys are always talking and bullshit, and it's just a waste of time.
God, talking's the worst.
I think that's why the techs don't like working with me, because I'll just like have the headphones on and I'll just work, and then I'll like point out their mistakes, and I don't hear their response. I just watch them fix it, and I just keep going.
Yeah.
Like, you missed this right here. Back to music.
I know they don't like driving with me. I don't play any music.
Yeah, they don't like driving. Yeah, same. I'll
I
play
just-
music, but if I play music, it's at a level to where it's like awkward to talk.
It's too loud. You can't talk.
It's like too loud, but it's not loud. It's like
No.
they gotta like speak up, and they don't want to speak up. So they.
Yeah. I won't talk because I'm just thinking mode.
I'm just like.
I just can't like.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think Rob has ADHD. He just naturally has to always be distracted
Yeah.
by have something in his ear.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes Rob doesn't even listen when he's in his AirPods. He just needs to be distracted from his brain.
Yeah. No, I don't listen to my AirPods at all. Sometimes they're just playing stuff,
Yeah, background noise.
background noise, and plus, dude, honestly, shit is loud. Like I do like just having earplugs in because it's so loud.
Yeah. It's super loud. Pressure washer, vacuum. That one vacuum that just screams. Yeah, drives me nuts.
Yeah. So it just like muffles it for me.
Yeah. How long has it been?
I think before we stop, I think it's been a good while, but before we stop, we should take this opportunity to plug that Christmas event we're having on the 11th.
Oh yeah, we're having a Christmas event. It's a Toys for Tots fundraiser. So you guys want to come by? We're gonna have food. We're gonna have music. Drop off some toys, and kind of just hang out. Have some raffles.
What's the raffle prize?
Whatever we want. Car washes.
We're gonna do
Details.
some navigating this week on that
Figure it out.
aspect.
And that's what the whiteboard's for.
Yeah. So we're gonna game plan probably as soon as this podcast is over on what prizes
Yeah.
for the raffles. Maybe what businesses we can talk to that are close to us that might want to give something to raffle off.
That'd be cool.
Just some different things. It'd be cool to. I like connecting with the people around us for sure.
Yeah.
Or even just if you're a detailer out there, small detailer, and you want to give out a free detail for the cause, go for it. You've guys probably seen
Do
us
it.
on Instagram. Like, we'll share if you're doing an event too, or you're giving back, or you have even just a special going on. We've shared them before,
Yeah.
which it doesn't hurt us in any way, you know. But yeah, just
But
kidding.
other than that, yeah. Well,
It's on backwards. It's on
all right.
backwards. You look
Let's
like
end it.
you look like an idiot, dude. It's on backwards.
I think we should be. We're good. That was a good podcast. Good value. Had a lot of golden nuggets. Marco, I need 10 videos from this podcast.
Let's do it.
10 videos.
No.
And we need to start. Oh, can we get into that a little bit?
What?
Hold on. Let me go to our page real quick. I wanted to show something.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, all I was going to say was I was going to hark a little bit more on the details for the event on the 11th. If you want to come, it's going to be from noon to 4 p.m. We're going to have people dressed in costumes. Yes, we will have food. Yes, we will have live music. You come hang out. But we do want to make sure you guys know that it is a benefit. So there will be a raffle where you can donate money.
You could bring toys.
Toys. That was the big thing, is that it is Toys for Tots. So if you can bring toys, please bring
Yeah.
toys. It'll go and make somebody's Christmas this year.
Exactly. And we will post a video of us giving those toys out to either organizations or to families themselves. That's it.
Cool.
I'll tell you later.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
See
God
you guys
bless.
next time. Bye.
Yep. That's it. Yep.